Doing all of that stuff helps to bring you up the map, right? Past the financial district, past, Chelsea and Midtown, up towards, I would probably say Washington Heights, South Bronx. So you might be wondering, all right, well, how do I get further, right? How do I get in there, right? And that requires you really letting your body know that it is safe enough to relax and that it's time to engage your vagal brake. And that requires you to do things for yourself and or connect with your community, things that feel pleasurable, things that bring you joy, things that inspire awe, things that make you feel connected to something larger than yourself, right? Things that inspire elevation, those sorts of things, allowing yourself to enjoy the little things and the larger things in life, allowing yourself to be principled and aligned with your values and involved within community. All of those things is so important in terms of having the kind of relationship with yourself that allows you to handle the ups and downs of life. Moving up the map is actually harder for a lot of people due to chronic trauma. Chronic trauma and viral infections have the ability to damage and harm your nervous system's ability to bring you up from shutdown to fight flight to that ventral vagal state. And for a lot of us, we have to reparent ourselves and rehab ourselves and learn skills in adulthood in order to help us, be able to build community and to find safety within ourselves so we're not at the whim of our nervous system's survival cue responses all the time. Despite the fact that we have systemic oppressions, our personal and generational traumas, things like sicknesses and viral infections that make it harder for us to go up the map and regulate ourselves, it is still very possible to learn and map out and connect with your body and your nervous system. Just because you have a rough history and a rough current time doesn't mean that healing is just outside of your reach forever. You're not broken. You can do this. It just takes work. And there are days where it's hard work, but I don't know. All important relationships take work, and your relationship with yourself and your community relationships are so, so important. We cannot survive happily without a good relationship with ourselves and also without strong community and interpersonal relationships. So some of you might be wondering why I'm taking so long showing any somatic exercises. And the reason is because I wanted to lay this theory out as your foundation, as your compass, so that you can take the time and learn your nervous system personally and how your emotions manifest themselves in here, right? And get to know what each part of your nervous system feels like in here. Because doing somatic exercises without the context can either do nothing or it might potentially make you feel worse. Like, for example, let's say you're emotionally shut down. If you try to do relaxing self-care, it might not actually feel like anything. Like if you've ever been really stressed out and you try to light candles or take a relaxing bath or meditate or try to do things that are soothing to you, but it's just not working, and you're like, I'm self-caring, why am I not feeling better? Why isn't this working? You might be shut down, and doing relaxing self-care when you're shut down is not going to help you. Or you might decide to do vagal stretches that, you saw a video on YouTube. Your dorsal vagus is part of your vagus nerve. So you actually need to activate that fight or flight first. And then once you activate your fight or flight, maybe if you need any pent-up energy released, you do that, and you know, make sure that you're ready to move to that ventral vagal state. Then that would be a good time. Once you're in fight or flight and ready to not be in fight or flight anymore, doing like vagus nerve stretches, doing more relaxing things, that's when that would be a great time for that, right? So do you see how knowing your nervous system first and developing a relationship with yourself first is actually more important than the exercises themselves? These somatic exercises, they're just tools in a toolbox. You have to have the knowledge to know which tool to pull from your toolbox at any given time. Remember that the point of somatic work is not to force our bodies to conform to being in a forever ventral vagal state, like forcing ourselves to be happy no matter what, right? Or forcing ourselves to be calm no matter what. One, I don't think that's possible, but I also don't think that's particularly healthy at all. Our bodies and our nervous systems are supposed to flow, right? They're supposed to flow in and out of each state. They're supposed to respond to our environment, respond to signs of danger and safety. We're not supposed to be feeling one kind of emotion all the time. That's just the reason for somatic work is to build your relationship with yourself so you aren't at the whim of any triggers that you experience. You're not, you know, feeling stuck and trapped in a shut down state. You're not losing yourself to anxiety or anger because you have the relationship with yourself and you have the knowledge and you have the tools at your disposal and the community at your disposal in order to support you. And it also helps, you know, to have an understanding of what the ventral vagus is. You know, the ventral vagal state is not some promised land, right? It's not heaven. It's not a place of no pain. It is just the part of your brain that allows you to think critically, that allows you to be present, that allows you to engage socially with the people around you, that allows you to have the capacity to see all the options in front of you, that allows you to build community and maintain community, to give and receive support, to experience joy, to experience awe, right, to rest. Those are all important healing things. But that doesn't mean that we're supposed to make ourselves stay in a ventral vagal state all the time. Don't use these tools to try to colonize your nervous system. That's mean. The point of this somatic work is to, like I say, to be in relationship with yourself and to learn how to collaborate with your nervous system and your body, and to learn how to collaborate with the nervous systems and the bodies of the people around you and people around the world too.